Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here, and in today's class we're going to continue with our Science 10 content, and the topic today is going to be on concave mirrors. Okay, what we're going to go through first is how to draw the ray diagrams for the concave mirror. Okay, and the concave mirror is just basically slightly turned inwards. So I'm going to show you an example right here. So this is a concave mirror. Okay, so you can see, so if I draw these lines here, that actually represents the back of a mirror, okay, or back of the mirror here. Some examples of concave mirrors can include like if you go to the dentist and you notice those really small mirrors that they use to look at your teeth, that's a concave mirror, as well as when women use those compact mirrors to do their makeup. That is also an example of a concave mirror, okay, as well as in a flashlight. You do notice if you look really closely in the flashlight, the mirror inside is actually curved. And it's curved kind of like outwards, okay? Just like what I drew on the board here. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to put a couple of dots here, okay? And let's try the questions from the book. Okay, so this is the focus. And this is basically the center, okay? Now when you're drawing the ray diagrams, you do have to make sure that you're using a ruler, okay? So what the teacher will give you is basically an object, okay? The object that we're using here is just going to be like an arrow, okay? In the workbook, it gives you like a pencil. And the reason for that is that you can actually see the actual top point, okay, of the pencil or the arrow. So we're going to draw a ray, okay? The ray is going to go straight like this. Okay, and this right here is actually the principal axis. And that's basically this line, okay, where you're placing the object. Okay, so I'm going to place the object at various points in front of the concave mirror, and we're going to see where the image is forming. Okay, so this is the first incident ray. I can see that it's going straight. I put an arrow so you know which direction it's moving in. It's going to hit the concave mirror, and then it is going through the focus. Okay, so you're going to extend it out like that. So one more time, make sure you are using a ruler here. Okay, your ray diagrams have to be very accurate. Okay, and so I'm going to put the number 1 here. And the second ray we're going to draw is the one that goes through the focus. Alright, so it's going to go like this. And it's going to hit the concave mirror. And when it reflects off, the reflected ray is going to be parallel, okay, to the principal axis. Does everyone see that? Okay, and this is the second ray we are drawing. Okay, there are actually 4 types of rays that we can draw. You don't need to draw all 4 of these rays, okay? We'll go through the other ones as well. There is one ray that goes straight through the center, and it reflects on itself, okay? But again, I'm just drawing 2 rays here, especially because on the board, this is just kind of a sketch, so it might not be as accurate, okay? And where you see the reflected rays intersecting each other, okay? That's actually where the image is going to form, okay? So I'm going to put object here. This is the object, okay? And right here, this is the image, okay? That's forming. This is the image of the arrow. I can see that it is upside down here. What the teacher wants you to know is the characteristics of the image, okay? So we're going to write it on the side here. Just take that off. Okay, so I'm going to put characteristics, okay, of the image. I will just put it in point form here, okay? So I can see that the image is actually smaller than the object. So we'll just put smaller. Okay, so I'm comparing this image to the actual object, okay? And some teachers are very picky. They'll actually get you to use a ruler and actually measure the length of the object. And then you have to, in centimeters, okay? And then you have to measure the actual length of the image, okay, to kind of compare, okay, in terms of the size, okay? However, I should just kind of memorize these characteristics. That way, when you draw the ray diagram, and even if your ray diagram is not accurate, I know what the characteristics are and what I should be looking for, okay? So in this first scenario, the image should be smaller than the object, okay? And I can see that it is upside down or inverted, okay? That's what it means. In terms of the location, I should be basically writing where I see it, okay? So this is between the center and the focus, okay? So just like this. Because this image is forming in front of the mirror, okay, this is actually a real image. Okay, so later on in this unit, you will be going through also lenses, and you'll notice that some of the characteristics will be kind of opposite to the mirrors. Make sure you do keep these characteristics separate, okay, and don't get confused with it. All right, and for the mirrors, anytime the image is formed behind the mirror, that's when it is known as a virtual image, okay? But in most of these scenarios here, we are forming a real image as the image is formed in front of the mirror, okay? So this is all you're going to do actually, okay? In this section for concave, there are also convex mirrors, which we will cover in the next video, okay? And make sure you memorize the characteristics here. So let's try maybe one more example, okay? I'll take off just this part of the characteristics. Okay, and what the teacher is going to do is basically move the object closer and closer to the concave mirror, okay? So let's go through one more scenario so we can see it. Okay, so here is my concave mirror. This is the back of the mirror, okay? And again, make sure the principal axis, I'll just put PA here. The principal axis should be straight, okay, when you're drawing it out. So I'm going to put the focus, okay, as well as the center. And also when you are drawing out your diagram, okay, I know you don't see it here, so I'm going to try to make it a little accurate, okay? So the distance between the mirror and the focus should basically be the same, okay, as the distance between the focus and the center, okay? And you could do that using your ruler. If I'm using 4 centimeters here, between C and F, it should also be 4 centimeters, okay? And that will make your diagram very accurate. So let's try the next one. I'm going to move my arrow. So I'm going to try and make it straight here. Okay, and I'm placing my arrow on at the center, okay? Again, I'm going to draw the same 2 arrows that we were drawing before, so the same rays. So the first ray is going to go straight like this. It's going to hit the concave mirror, and it's going to go through the focus. Does everyone see that? Okay, so it should look like this, all right? And then we're going to draw the second ray as well. This one is going to go through the focus like this. So let's put the numbers, okay? And this is the second incident ray. It has to hit the concave mirror, and then it's going to go parallel, okay, to the principal axis. Make sure you do place the arrows, okay? The teachers are looking for that. That indicates which direction the arrows are moving in, okay? So basically, this is not as accurate, okay? So I'm going to just change this ray a little bit, okay? And I'm going to make it like this, as well as this one, okay? So I notice it's not accurate because, okay, I did not actually measure out, okay, the exact distance between the mirror and the focus, as well as between the focus and the center, okay? So this is where, okay, you can see like it's a little bit accurate here, okay? Maybe just the line isn't straight, okay? So this is where the image is actually forming, okay? Now again, so say I'm doing this on a quiz or a test, and the teacher did place the object at the center, okay? And I noticed that my diagram is kind of inaccurate. It's okay, because I am going to make sure I memorize the characteristics for each of these scenarios, okay? So in this case, I know that if I place the object at the center, the image has to form at the center, okay? So let's write down some of the characteristics here for our image. So one more time, this is the object, okay? And this is the image that's going down, okay? And I noticed that the image is actually the same size as the object here. Okay, so we're going to put same size. Okay, or you can put same size as the object. Okay, it is inverted as well. Okay, which was the same case as the scenario that we looked at just before this one. All right, so inverted just means that it is upside down. Okay, and the next thing I notice is the location. Where is the image actually forming? The image is forming at the center. Okay. And make sure you're looking at your ray diagram, okay? It should be very accurate here. Okay, and again, the image is forming in front of the mirror. Okay, so let's put that down. So in front, okay, of the mirror. All right, and because it's forming in front of the mirror here, this is a real image that is forming. So I'll put it in brackets. Okay, so real image. Okay, so again, like I said, you can draw other rays as well. Okay, so one of the rays is the one that goes straight through the center. It reflects on itself. But you notice in this scenario, because I'm putting the object at the center, I can't actually use that ray that goes through the center. Okay, I'm just going to show you the fourth ray here. I wouldn't actually use it in these scenarios. Okay, what you're going to use it in is if you place the object right in front of the focus. And if the object is between the focus and the mirror, that's the time when you would actually use this specific ray. Okay, but this ray actually goes like this and it hits the vertex. Okay, and then it basically is coming back down like that. Okay, when you draw this ray, however, you do have to make sure that these angles are the same. Okay, so you notice I'm just making a sketch here, so the angles aren't very accurate. Okay, again, some teachers are picky. They will have you use a protractor and actually measure out these angles. All right. Okay, so these are basically the different types of rays. I'm just going to put a 3 over here. And again, the fourth ray is the one that goes through the center. Okay, where you see all of the rays, like the reflected rays, they should all be intersecting at one point. Okay, when you do the diagram itself. Okay, I can actually draw all 4 rays out. Okay, the reflected rays are the ones that are reflecting off from the concave mirror, and just look at where the 2 reflected rays are intersecting, and that is where the image is going to form. All right, so I notice in most of these scenarios actually the image is going to be inverted, and the size will change depending on where you put the object. Okay, but I notice it's going to be inverted and it is going to be a real image until you actually move the object between the focus and the mirror. Okay, and at that point the image is going to become virtual. All right. All right, so that looks good, and we only went through 2 of these scenarios, and in the next video we will cover the other 2 scenarios associated with the concave mirror. So thank you for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks, bye.